I am Deidré Wallace, a relationship and corporate therapist. The clue is always in the gaze. Point 13. On a scale of 1 to 10, we have all been abandoned to some extent. It is important to realize that no one escapes this. On a scale of 1 to 10, everyone has abandonment issues. As explained in earlier videos, we learn that we will never have anyone to gaze and attend to our needs 24/7 ever again. Why? Because from the minute we leave the womb, we eventually have to realize that we will never have mummy or indeed anyone to ourselves 24/7. Even if our mothers are fully present, we learn to understand that there will be intervals when she cannot be there for us completely ever again. And as already explained in point 1, as a result, we learn very early on that intimacy implies abandonment. Indeed, throughout our lives, we may experience loss, a loss of safe and nurturing environment, the loss of parents, the loss of family members or friends or spouses, colleagues, and so on. How we deal with the loss or endings of friendships, marriage, jobs, and so on will depend mainly on how we learn to deal with abandonment in childhood. In some cases, if parents were, say, alcoholics or drug addicts, their attention would have been on the addiction and not on their children, family, or spouse. Or if parents were ill or had mental health issues, or if sexual, physical, or emotional abuse were experienced, this too can be considered a form of abandonment. In other words, human beings are confronted with abandonment and loss or endings throughout their lives. And many carry an emptiness which they wake up with every morning. Many try to fill the emptiness with food or alcohol. Some constantly stream movies or play video games, or they can become workaholics and so on. But others may fill the emptiness more constructively. Either way, how we learn to work through the loss or even betrayal from either in a parent or parents, a friend, a spouse, or even a business partner can determine or affect the choices we make. If we lack trust, we will make different choices to when we do trust. The saying, once bitten, twice shy, explains how experiences inform us and how we behave as a result. Also, and know this, if we found processing a certain loss difficult, the feelings may get buried either in childhood or later on. And then this grief can get taken into the next loss, which may be experienced doubly as hard as a kind of double grief. So, if you were abandoned or neglected, how would you check this? How would you know if you were abandoned or that your experience was any different from anyone else? One way to detect neglect is to check your level of independence. Are you hyper or ultra independent? Do you do everything yourself, never trusting anyone else to help you? Fearing being abandoned again? Do you push people away, not realizing the reason that lie behind your total independence? Indeed, these experiences will in turn affect the relationships you choose, or whether you really let someone or situations into your life, or whether you keep them in bay, either consciously or unconsciously. Whether you are able to find and get someone whom you love, or whether you settle for someone who is safe. This, so as to protect yourself from getting hurt again. Because if anyone leaves you, you don't then have to feel as much hurt. However, you may have had similar or different experiences. How did or does my information affect you? How have you related to it? How does or did it occur in your life? You may want to head to your journal to write this down. And once again, I would encourage you to start a journal if you haven't already. So as I go through the various points, you can jot down how you think or feel my knowledge is helping you. And do comment or subscribe if you wish to learn more. Thank you.